Gracias, Cami. And thank you, teachers. Thank you for being here again. We saw each other yesterday. Um, right now, we're gonna be having our academic review. Okay. Just a reminder again, this meeting is for teachers only. If you're a parent and you missed the previous meeting, don't worry, we will send you the presentation and the recording of it. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So what we're going to be going through today is everything I've sent to you and plus the rubric, which I know I haven't sent to you yet. I'm gonna be sending that tomorrow with this presentation and the recording of the session and also yesterday's. So everything in here you can also see it in the emails I've sent you as of now and the academic guidelines, but we're going to go through them again, how it's going to work academically, what's expected of the students, what the project is about, what is expected of you guys, and how we're going to be working throughout the week. Okay. So as you know, the students have been divided into two groups, juniors and seniors. You all have by now into which category your students belong to. Okay. If you still want to make some changes regarding your students or the schools that have more than one team, it can still be done. You just have to email me everything before January 16. I can still do it. So when we get there, we know the exact number of those teams. Okay. Um, and besides that, we are going to be having two different distributions for when we are at Disney and when we are at University of Central Florida, which I'm going to go through right now. Okay. So everybody by now knows this. Dominico, Abde Solalto, Mater and Biri are in Group A. St. George's, American Institute of Monterrey, Multiplo, and Turner are in Group B. St. Andrews, Alfaes, Alep, and the World Citizens are in Group C. Group D is Alpe San Javier, Irish, Marymount, and Casuarinas. In Group E is Dowell, St. Francis, St. John, and Carson. And Group F is San Silvestre, ABS, and the British School of Rio de Janeiro. When you are going through your logistics meeting, you will receive the different itinerary. Group A and B always go together. Group C and D always go together. And Group E and F always go together. Okay. Now, so we have groups A, B, C, D, E, and F. We have a total of 39 projects distributed between juniors and seniors. There's always more juniors than seniors, but it's kind of like half of it. And we're going to be having 269 students. Maybe, probably one more, but it's not going to change very much into what we have here. Okay, so these are official numbers as of today of how many students we're going to be having during this program. Now, for those of you that have been to programs before, you know that when we're at Disney, the Disney Imagineers asks us to divide the students into different groups, into three different groups that we named Mickey, Pluto, and Donald, because we're at Disney. And the idea here is I will, before the day you are supposed to go to Disney, I will let you know in which group you belong to. What I did is I tried that full schools were in the same group. We have schools with more than 20 students. Those schools will be divided into maybe some of the students will be Mickey and some of the students will be Pluto. But the idea is that even though if part of my students are in one group with one Disney Imagineer and the other is with another Disney Imagineer, in the end it's the same. It's the same workshop, it's the same experience, and everything they will learn in that workshop, they will bring together on project work day and they will, add it to their project. So it really doesn't make any difference if they are in one group or in another group, but you will know before you go to Disney, you will know which student or if the whole school belongs in which of these three groups. Also, very important, for the first day that we're going to be at UCF on January 24th. That's a Saturday. That's the coding day. That's the first day. Everybody is going to that university on the same day. In this day, we are going to be receiving the workshops, the main workshops on how to create the website and the platform. And the students will be divided into 6 rooms. Each room has a capacity of 50 students. Okay. And they have been divided into juniors and seniors. So the academic level can be aligned to the ages of the students. Okay. So you can see here which schools are in which room. Again, before this day, I will send this information again with you. The only group that is all together is ABS, that has 1 junior and 1 senior, due to the space between in the rooms. They will all stay together, but other groups have been divided. Let's say St. John, they have some of their students are in room 6, and the rest of their students are in room 4, because some of them are junior, some of them are seniors. When we get there, we will let you know which room is which, and they will not move from that room. The instructors and the people giving the workshops in this day, they will also receive the arts workshop with Peter Smith. They will be getting into each of these rooms. Also, regarding the Wi-Fi, we will let you know to which password is for each school and for each room, so that not everybody is connected to the same server, which will make things a lot slower. In the end, it's a university. It's equipped to handle many students. It's a Saturday, so we're gonna be alone in it. And as I said in the parents meeting, it's gonna be very safe to be there. Okay. So as you know from the academic guidelines, the project the students are going to be working on is a space colony. And the idea is for them to create a website that's a functional, with a functional chatbot that is like the main hub for this space colony. We are going to be focusing, the students are going to be focusing their projects into these 3 UN SDGs, which are number 4, quality education, number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure, and number 17, partnership and goals. And also, the focus of the space colony is artificial intelligence systems. So the students have to know what the SDGs are. If they don't know it, they can start, doing research before the project, and they have to do research in these 3 SDGs. They can choose the 3 of them, and they can choose at least 2 of them. And the idea is for them to understand these 3 SDGs and understand the link that is between them. So if, let's say, they choose number 4, which is ACS, okay, then their colony will delve into quality education. So maybe their colony could be a college, could be a research institute, could be like a Howard's thing, school, but in space. And let's say they also want to add number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. So how can education align with this one and then into sustainability? And that's the theme for their project. Okay. Also, they focusing on artificial intelligence systems, which is mainly just AI, is how all of this combines, and that's going to give them the narrative for the project. So the idea is for them to imagine this space colony, to give it a name, to maybe even create a flag. The students can be as creative as they want into creating their space colony. I always tell students, the idea is that I'm going to be seeing every project. How am I going to remember yours over the rest of them? How are you going to make it unique? Okay. So that's the main goal. And the idea is that the students will create a website that is the main the main page for the colony. It will have all the information of the colony will be up there. It will have a chatbot. They will learn how to program a chatbot with the specific information that is going to be needed for it. They will create a blueprint on where the people are going to live, where the people are going to go shopping, if there's going to be a hospital, if it's going to have a zoo, whatever they're going to be creating this. They will design a spacesuit aligned with the specific needs of the space colony, and they will create a demonstration of a task of the colony made by robots. Okay, so they throughout the week they will be learning all of this and creating all of these components to add to their web page. On the first day, they will be creating, the main server with the different tabs, and they will be throughout the week adding to them. Okay, so this means that they will not be creating a PowerPoint presentation. The idea is that they will launch their website and they will be, projecting it, and they will be opening tabs and showing us their work they done in it. The the web page, we are going to be able to check the progress of it because it's a platform in which that we have access to it, to their work. One thing that's very, very, very important is that on the first day when they are creating their web page, the platform has a chatbot, like a ChatGPT thing. They are going to be asked to close that chat. Once it's closed, is disactivated. If they want to activate it again, they have to go all the way to settings and do a couple of clicks to activate it again. Activating the chatbot is not allowed because they can create the web page using this chatbot, and we want them to learn how to use it. Okay, so if they do it, we will see it in the backstage of when we are checking the projects. We can see if they open it again, and when we get the web pages from them and try to launch them, if it's made by AI, it's not gonna launch. Okay, so it's against the rules for them to use AI in this component. Okay, they will be told that on the first day on the first project. We will say it a couple of times, but it's very important that you know right now that the chatbot in the platform when they're creating the web page is not allowed to be used. They should be closed and not opened again. Okay. But again, we will go through it again when we're there. Okay. We'll be using also different programs, especially when we work with the Ozobots and one of the Transformers workshops. So the ideal is that students bring a laptop, basic laptop with a RAM of 8 GB or a Chrome and Firefox utility. If they have tablets of Chromebooks, they can bring them, but the idea is that at least the team has one laptop to run the program. Okay, if they don't have a laptop, we can lend them one, but only during the workshops. They cannot take the laptop to the hotel with them or anything at it. So it will take time that they could use for work if we have the laptop. Okay, so the idea is that they work on it, and they will be working also with Tinkercad with their designs, and the language they will be using is Python. Okay, so something that I'm gonna be sharing with you tomorrow is about the rubric. Okay, so the rubric has these 10 categories. All of these categories are going to be evaluated in the final presentation. In the document I'm going to be sending you, you will see the category, which is here, Scott, the criteria, the definition of it, and what will mean it's an excellent job, which will entail 3 points, good job, 2 points, or average 1 point, or if this isn't there, it's 0 points. Okay, so for the final project, the presentation has these 10 categories. Each one of them has a value of 3 points, which in the end gives us a grade of 30. Okay, a 30 is excellent, which means 100, which is they did it. The idea of this, if you see it, is that if one of my students doesn't know how to code, that's okay. We're not only assessing and evaluating the coding, the website design, if it's a functional design, the innovation, the creativity, if it's aligned with the focus and the SDGs that they have to work with, their communication skills, the space of design. So it's multidisciplinary what we're going to be evaluating in each of the projects. Okay. So this document I will send to you tomorrow. You can share it with your students as soon as you get it. And also I will be printing a copy and will be handing you a physical copy once we see each other in Orlando, okay, on the first day. Also, the final presentation for prelims is only 80% of the final grade. Something that's going to be happening is new is this booklet. For the Epic Universe workshop, students will receive this booklet in which they will be working throughout the park, and they will hand over at the end of the day, around 3 or 4 p.m. We will evaluate it. We have a specific rubric for it, and the grade of this rubric is 20% of the final grade that is for prelims. This gives us the chance that takes the pressure off the students, because when they used to present, it was all hands on deck and it was all or nothing. Okay, so that would add a lot of anxiety for the students. So if they know that part of their grade has been evaluated beforehand and they can all participate, it helps them with the presentation. But for finals, the final presentation is 100%. As you know, all of the students will work on the booklet and all of the students will have the final presentation. After prelims, the judges are going to be selecting 10 schools, 5 juniors and 5 seniors, to compete in the finals. So students after prelims might get a chance to present again, so we can find out who's the winner, first, second, and third place in the final presentation. For the final presentation, we're not taking into account the booklet. Okay, the final presentation is only the final presentation, and I'm going to go back. It's going to be the same rubric. Okay. But for the grade of prelims and to see if they qualify for the finals, it's going to be 80% their presentation and 20% the booklet that they're going to be working on during the Epic Universe day. Okay. So as you know, we're going to be also going to a college. We're calling the College Experience in UCF, which is the University of Central Florida. This is for the first day, January 24th, when we're going to be having, the first day with all the first workshops, and when we're going to be returning for the project development day before closing ceremony. In this scenario, as I said, students will be divided into different rooms, and they will be getting all the workshops in different times, but by the end of the day, they will have everything. And also, it's in this day, the first day, when we're going to be having the cultural fair, is, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am, but all of the rest of the workshops will be held on that day and in this university. This is a university that we're going to be working in. It's very safe. It's very spacious. On the first day, it's going to be a Saturday, so there are not going to be any other students from the college. So we'll have all the facilities to ourselves. Now, throughout the week, I will be having and our other academic providers, academic advisories at night. We can have individual assistance with groups. This will happen during the afternoon and night, and it will be scheduled. Okay, we will set a classroom, and we will let you know that we will be, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. there, to see if anybody has any doubts or any questions about their project. I won't be assigned to a group, but I will be moving throughout the group. So you will see me in different days. I mean, I'm at the same hotel as you are, but I will be in different days with you. Sometimes I'll be with some of you at Epic Universe. I will be with some of you during your Universal Studios workshop. I will be with you in some of the Velocicoaster workshops. I'll be trying to be as available as I can to talk to your students, to ask how the project is going, to see if they have any questions, but also every member of the coded team is assigned to each group, and they are assigned to to the same thing, to ask their students about their projects, to help them practice, to help them make some decisions. Obviously, not help them with the project, but help them maybe get organized or make decisions for it. Okay. And also, if you have a specific question for me or the other academic providers, you just let us know. We'll be in different group chats. So you just let me know, and we will see how we can help you. Okay. So these are the workshops that we're going to be having throughout the week. All of these workshops create something for the project, and all of them are aligned with the three SDGs. One of the main suggestions I will give to you right now is that if your students already know about these three SDGs, perfect. If they don't, they should. They still have time, to do research in them and investigate. So when they start the workshops, they have at least an idea of what they want to do. If your students in during these days before the program starts are brainstorming on ideas on what their space colony is going to be about, if it's going to have a name, if it's going to have a flag, if it's going to have a mascot, that's perfectly fine. The idea is for them to have all of this information, they all receive it at the same time, and to start brainstorming it, it gives them an edge. So when they start each of their projects, they have already the ideas of their projects in their minds, and this is going to be easier for them. Okay. So the STEAM pathway is what we know is how we deliver the workshops. Every one of the workshops, it's aligned with one of the components of the STEAM pathway. So this also helps the students understand what they're working on during that workshop, and that's very important. The idea is always to help the students get their minds into what they're doing that day. They will be receiving on the first day a document that has the information of every workshop, what they are supposed to be working and creating after that workshop, and a space for questions they might have for us. Every paper, every document that we give you, or will give the students on the first day, they have to bring with them all of every day to each program, because especially in that document that I just told you about, they can track what they're doing, what's missing, who's doing what, and if they are maybe lost or they need some guidance, that's going to be very helpful for them to know which questions to ask when we have the academic advisor. Okay. Also, something that I'm going to be sending you every day are these flyers. Before, let's say in the afternoon or in the night, let's say tomorrow we're going to Disney. So I will be sending you this flyer that has the information about condensed information of the workshop. And also if the students need to bring their laptops, their tablets, or how it's going to be working. Okay, because in some workshops require the students to bring their laptops to the workshop, and some don't. Okay. During the logistics meeting, you will learn how that's going to work, especially for the days when the students have to bring their laptops to the workshop, and how it's going to work in the other days. Okay. By saying this, always a recommendation is that the students should always have their computers charged, charge them at night, so they have like a full battery for the next day. Okay. So every day you will be receiving one of these flyers depending on your activities for the next day. Okay. So for the Hollywood Studios workshop, let's go one by one. So in this workshop, it's when you're going to be divided into the two different groups, and we will hand you over to the Disney Imagineers. In this workshop, the students are going to be having an experience on the backstage of the Hollywood Studios theme park, where the students are going to be learning how these rides work, how they are maintain the safety measures to it, and they will be working both in a lab, learning about the physics of the rides, and also they will be taken to the control panels, and they will be most of the times it's for the Tower of Terror. It can change. They will have this access backstage to learn how the roller coasters work and how it's done. Usually this it's during the morning and midday, and it's moving throughout the park. That same workshop aligns a lot with the workshop they will be having in Universal Studios, which is the 6 Degrees of Freedom, that aligns with the Transformers rollout ride in Universal Studios. And with these two workshops, they will learn, the physics and the mechanics and the technology on how these rides work. And what they will be creating from it is the simulation and a model of how can this be applied into their space colony in the resolution of a task. Okay, so for their website, they have to write some explanations on the robot that they are creating or envisioning. What does it do? Why is it important? Its job, how it supports the bigger picture regarding sustainability in their web in their colony. So the idea for them is to take both things that they learn in these two workshops and into one of the components of the space colony and the web page, that is the robotics implementation. Alongside this workshop, they will have the virtual space robotics. And this one, they will be that's on the same day as the previous workshop. This one, the one from the 6 degrees of freedom. And in this one, they will learn to program the Osobots, which are these teeny tiny robots. And the idea is for them to program them during us, and they will be drawing in circuit. So the robot has to move throughout the circuit. They will have to record this movement, upload it into their webpage, and alongside what they learned in the previous workshops, they will have to simulate this navigation system, integrating what they learn with the 6 degrees of freedom and what they learn from the physics at the park. And they will, imagine like a scenario where this robot is needed for their space colony. Okay. Now for Epic Universe, this is where the students will receive the booklet that I already gave you. This is a practical way to understand how the theme parks are created. And the idea for the booklet is that the students will see their project, will see their space colony in the eyes of of the theme park. Epic Universe is created in different universes, and the way is like any other theme park that works is that it with creativity and the use of engineering, it solves all the problems of having a lot of people, of functionality, of having different areas that work in different ways. So the idea of the booklet is that they can see how this theme park is working and how it can apply to what they want to create for the project. Also, this delves into storytelling, and that's a very, very, very important component of their project. What's the story they want to tell me? What's the narrative of what they're doing and why they are doing it? So the idea also here is that throughout the day, when they are in lines, it's most of the times the lines in the Epic Universe are very, very long. They can be working on them, then put the booklet in a safe place, go into the right, and then keep working on it. And on that day, they will be we will be setting a meeting point and a time for them to deliver it to us. Will be graded, added, and then they can keep enjoying the park. On the first day, they will also have the Arts of Animation workshop with Peter Smith, which most of you already know from previous programs. In here, the students will learn first the functionality of the spacesuits, what is needed for a spacesuit to be efficient. And then when Peter Smith, they will learn how to use geometry into creating a drawing, first of a human being, and then how to create the design for their spacesuit. Here, the idea is for the students to be as creative as they want. Of course, the spacesuit has to have like the main components of a spacesuit, but they can add the colors, they can add special equipment, they can add, like the flag or use the colors of their school or their country, whatever they decide to add to it, as long as they are supporting it in the webpage and during the presentation, is perfectly fine. For the web page, they will upload both the first drawing that they will be doing by hand, and also the design made in Tinkercad. So they will create the first draft with pen and paper, and then they will I always say they Tinkercad it to add it to the web page. In this part, they cannot use AI to create their spacesuit. As I said yesterday, if they want to create an image, a picture for their background, something like that, it's okay. It's not replacing their work, but they cannot replace their work that they will be doing by hand with AI. Okay, we have to be very careful of that. That's why it will be asked of them to upload both the paper draft, of course, in a picture, and the Tinkercad that they will be working on. And for the math, this is where they will be receiving the the workshop where we will be creating the central page they will be working at and the chatbot. This is two different workshops on this on the first day, and they will be using Python especially to create this functional and structured multi-page website, and where they will be changing and adding things. This is where the chatbot that I said that is supposed to be closed, what they will be closing it. And again, we will be very adamant on them not using that component. Now, one of my, if not my favorite workshop for them is the experience design, which is the Velocicoaster. In this workshop, the students will learn how the creation of Velocicoaster was completed from an idea to when the roller coaster was released to the public. Two of the main things they will learn and get from this workshop is first, they will learn the how this ride was created, involving different people from the different professions, the multidisciplinary aspect of it. And that is central for the project, because we always get students that um, are maybe a little anxious because they might not be as good as coding. Not all the students need to be good at coding, because you may have students that are really good with computers. You will have students that are great at drawing. You will have great students that are great at public speaking. Okay, everybody has something to add to the project, and that's something that they will learn with this one. And also, here's the first time that they will be practicing the storytelling and the pitch that they will be creating. So it's very important for them to get involved. It's in a safe space where they're not being graded, and this is part when they decide, okay, I have a lot of issues talking in public, so I won't be presenting, but still I'm part of the project. And a lot of decision making is made with this project and in this workshop. And the newest workshop that we're going to be having is a NASA expert panel. This is for NASA Day. The first day thing that we'll be doing during that day is this space careers exploration panel. The students will get a chance to receive a talk. It's like a conversatory with NASA or space professionals, in which they will talk to them and share with them real world STEAM and space related careers, how they work, how we are using and implementing AI in new careers and new ways to, create careers that we already have. It's going to be an open conversation. It's going to be with Q&A. So, your students, if they are interested in a career in space or math or aeronautics or engineering, they can start brainstorming the questions they may have for this panel. And the idea is to help them engage with these NASA experts, and to fulfill or at least get things started if they are already thinking about the careers or the academic or professional path they want to go through. After that, it's going to be the prelims and the award ceremony. So in NASA, we're going to be using one of the biggest venues that the park has in Kennedy Space Center. Is a venue that's used for official NASA events. So that's both very transcending and kind of scary for the students, but I think it's the perfect way to, emphasize the importance of the work they will have been doing throughout the week. So how this is going to go is on Friday, January 30th. We're gonna be after the panel of experts. We're gonna have the prelims. Here it says from 10 to 1. Could vary with the time. We will let you know. So for prelims, students will present in front of the judges and their schools only. Not they won't be presenting in front of the rest of the program. After they present, they're done. They are free to enjoy the park and have lunch, and then they will come back for the closing ceremony, in which we will announce who are the finalists that get to present again so they can be selected. So from those selected, we can choose the winners. Okay, so it's very important to them that if they pass to the finals, they will be presenting again. Okay, so that's very, very, very important for them to know. All of this we will be, letting them know again and again and again and again. But I want to be very, very clear that if their presentation is really, 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 really good, they might get a second chance to present again. Okay. And the awards that will be hanging out is first, second, and third place for juniors and seniors. Those are the ones that qualify for Tokyo 2027. Okay, so it's six of them because we have juniors and seniors, but that's only first, second, and third place. We also hand out the STEAM recognition, so the STEAM awards, which are celebrating science, technology, engineering, art, math, public speaking, and the Decoded Spirit Award. That is to recognize the effort and the work the other schools made. That's also very important for them. They do receive their medal and on their moment on stage, but again, only these three first places get the pass for Tokyo. And the Coded Spirit Award, this award, it's an individual award. This is not for a school. This is just for individual students that throughout the week have been, working alongside their teams, that emphasize what a coded student is, that they have been participating, that they have been, following the rules, not being late. And this is the students that have that special X factor that represents what coded is. Okay. So as of still this year, and up until the program in July, all of the winners get to go to the program that's going to be in August of 2027 in Tokyo. This program is only for the schools that win first, second, and third place. This program is more aligned into robotics and to creating a public policy to solve a real life problem in their community. And this program academically will start in November of 2026. The way it's intended is divided into different phases. And since we already had the Tokyo 2025 program, I already have everything. I'm making it better. And the idea is that we will start working on it by November of this year, so the students have more time to develop their project, and I have more time assessing and grading it because it took me a lot of time this year. So I'm just going to be smarter with this one. Okay. And also, we all have the coded challenges. These are extra activities that have nothing to do with the project. If the students participate in them, great. If they don't, it's great. And the idea for these challenges is for them to work with students from other schools. So let's say if we're going to Disney tomorrow, I will send you the flyer and the Disney activity. Okay, so they can just check it out, decide if they want to participate, find someone from their school, from other school to participate, and always letting me know. And this is a chance to enhance the academic and the cultural experience of the park, because any student can go to any of the parks whenever they want to with their parents, as many times as they want. But the academic and the cultural experience that they get with us, you cannot get it with anybody else. Okay, so we are creating this learning experience using the park, using the rides they're going through, and using their projects. Okay, but again, this is optional. If your students are more focused on their project, that's perfect. But if they feel they have the extra time and they want to make more friends and learn more, it's completely up to them. Okay, you already by now have my email, and if you don't have my coded cell phone, it's right here, but you will have it very soon when we are added to the group chats. And again, I will be sending you tomorrow this presentation, the presentation we saw yesterday, and the two recordings. I didn't want to send it in two different emails, just everything in one. I will be sending you the official rubric. I'm going to start sharing. And also the invitation for next week's event that is only for students. That's decoded by Cody presentation, where our coded stars are gonna be talking to the students on what to expect for the program, what to pack, what to do, what not to do, and answer any of their questions. Also, adding something else, not as a teacher, but as a doctor, um, we are recommending, we are not, it's just a recommendation, a suggestion that the students and you have a flu vaccine because as you know, the influenza is from, I mean, you can get influenza any time of the year, any place in the world, but from October to March is when usually there are more cases of it. So I am vaccinated for that. I get vaccinated every year. If you have it, if the students have it, that's that's easier, that's better. That's one of the we get sometimes one or two cases, especially in January because it's winter. Um, and this part of the hemisphere is cold in the winter, and it's just a recommendation. Okay, I always fly with a face mask. I have it in the airport because there's a lot of people from different parts of the world coming and going. It makes me feel safe. Okay, so I have never gotten sick in any of the programs, but I get vaccinated a lot, and I bring the face mask. But again, it's just a recommendation. It's not a requirement to participate in the program. It's just, to be more cautious about it. Okay. So that's it. And does anybody have any questions? And I'm gonna give Camila a chance to add anything else.
Okay, great. I'm gonna be helping you with the group chat. There's one that says, how long will the presentation be?
For the final is 3 minutes.
Okay,
3 minutes.
great.
They have 3 minutes. Yeah. So
And
one of the most important things is for them to practice, practice, practice. It's what we call the pitch, an elevator pitch. Okay. So for them to be able to tell me about their project in 3 minutes, they have to be experts on it. Okay. There are a lot of things they will not cover during the presentation, but that it will be in the web page. We will be able to evaluate both the web page and the presentation at the same time. Okay, so they have to practice, 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 practice. Okay.
thank you, Doc. Then we got another one that says, one laptop per team is enough. And another one coming from the same teacher says, should they take their laptops to the park?
Yeah. So every student has to have either a laptop or a Chromebook or a tablet. Okay. But let's say my school, I have 10 students and all of them have tablets. I would ask at least one of them to have a laptop. If all of them have laptops, perfect. If 8 of them have laptops and two tablets, cool. But at least one laptop for each group. Okay. But everybody has to bring something to work on. Okay, because if not, they're just gonna be looking at the rest when they're typing. And the when we're going to Disney, they won't be bringing their laptops. When they have the Epic Universe workshop, they won't be bringing the laptops, and when they have the Velocicoaster workshop, they won't be bringing the laptops. The only day where the laptops leave the hotel are for the first day when we go to the university, the last day when we go back to the university, and when we do the Transformers workshop. For that day, the thing is we're gonna be staying in Cabana Bay. If you go out of Cabana Bay, there's like the little train bus that takes you to the city walk. That's like a 6 minute drive. So we're gonna be in the morning from Cabana Bay to the workshop. After the workshop, we will have the sign time to go back to the hotel, leave the computers in the rooms, and then go back to the park. Okay. Sometimes some teachers, what they did in the last program is that when they went back to leave the computers, they stayed in the hotel to have lunch. Some of them went back to the park to have lunch. That's completely up to you. Since we are in the same, I mean, the Universal hotels are the same as in the City Walk or the park. The vouchers that we will be giving you work in both. and it's just a train ride. Okay, so it's very, very, very easy. But it's only for the university and for when we have the Transformers workshop. Still, when in the flyer that I'm gonna be giving you every day, there it will say if you need your laptop or not, and we'll be having, the meetings beforehand, and during the tech chatbot and the WhatsApp group, I will be letting you know what you need and what you don't need. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Also, in that PDF, you're going to have the weather for the day. So in case it's going to be raining, even though in Orlando it's like a never-ending thing because it changes all the time, it's another thing that we also do. We got another question that says, for the creation of the website, will any specific web framework will be required or used?
Like what is that? They they it will be in the same platform that they will be working on it. So it's in it. So they will let them know what they have to write in order to the chatbot to be created. So it's not from scratch. It's already there, and they're just feeding it the information. And I see here, Silvia, how is the presentation structure? Time format, is there a Q&A? All the students? No, it's the presentation is last 3 minutes. Before the presentation, we will have the web page. So we'll be projecting it, and when the student starts talking is when the timer starts. The ideal is for at least 2 or 3 students to participate in the presentation, because if it's only one, if that kid gets nervous or forgets something, then that's it. If he or she has a friend in there with him, they can help each other. But I would avoid having all of my students presenting, because sometimes they consume a lot of time in, and now my friend Lilian is going to tell you about this, and now it's Luis's turn. That takes time from them. Okay. And always tell them during the presentation, that's the only time. I don't care who you are. Okay, so they shouldn't, waste time in, my name is Eduardo, and this is my friend Carolina, and this is Ana, and we are very excited to be here. No, I don't care about that during the presentation. Okay. Any other day, yes. But in that day is, we are from the coded school, and this is our project, and start. Okay. So that's why you can help them decide who is best suited for presenting, and always be practicing. I always tell the students, even though they are not presenting, they should know everything. Okay, because if I'm presenting and I have a and I can speak that day, what are you gonna do? Okay, so it's like in school. Okay. But no, they won't have Q&A after it, because we will have 39 presentations, and we're kind of limited on time. And
We
this,
got
how about
oh, sorry, Doc. Then we got another question regarding the flu vaccine at the very end.
yes, do you know whether that will still provide adequate protection? Yes. Oh no, we were vaccinated in Brazil in April. The thing is that the way the flu works in the world is, if you were vaccinated in April, that was for last term's vaccine. The let's say the official time slot of the flu is from October to March. So the way the next vaccine is going to work, it depends on how the virus behaves during this time. If you were vaccinated in April, it means you were protected by then. But this new vaccine that they are handing now, um, is made from what they learned from the last time. But let's say, what happens if I didn't get the vaccination this time, but I have previous vaccinations, at least from 3 years before, I'm still protected. Okay, so if you can get it, the new one, that's better. If you had the last one, or have been getting vaccinated regularly, you're still protected. Okay, and again, as Cami said, it's just a suggestion, because we've had not not many, but some cases of flu in which the students get sick in the first days and they miss the whole program. And I mean, getting the flu is it's very hard. But especially when you're not home and when you're in Orlando and your friends are going to the parks and everything. So it's the good thing is that the flu is one of the most known diseases, so it's very easy to handle. And their kids, we wouldn't expect them to get very, 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 very ill, but the idea is for to avoid that and for them to have, a safe and good time during the program. Yes, Daniel.
Hi, hello everyone. And just a quick question. On the original schedule that we received, there was a preliminary one. I know that changed. There were 2 days at NASA, and now we have changed this to 1 day at least at UCF. And you also have a NASA day. But that NASA day will be basically for the presentations, for the preliminaries, and the finals and the workshop early in the morning. Is that correct? Because the reason I'm asking is in terms of time at NASA for the kids to enjoy. Would that
Yeah,
be just between that period of between 1 p.m. and 5 when they're going to have that break before the finals? Is that it?
yeah. No, the only one that's going to be missing NASA is me because I will be seeing all of the presentations. But we get there, you get your panel with the experts, and after it, you're in Multiplo, right?
No, no, British
British
School.
You're
Grand
in Rio. Okay, then you're in group F. The thing is, let's say your time for presenting, I think you're the last school. So after the first panel, you are free to go, and probably until 2:30 p.m. So you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to stay there while everybody else is presenting. I mean, if you want
Mm-hmm.
to, you can, but you will miss the mark. So you get the panel of experts, then you leave, and I tell you when to come back. You come back, you do your 3-minute presentation. With you, you have three teams, so it's 9 minutes. Let's say overall 12.
Mm-hmm.
With coming and going and the picture taking. Then you're free to go, and then we'll tell you, okay, 5:30, come back for the
Be
final.
back here.
Yes.
Not and just another one, if you don't mind. You said we're going on the last day. We're going back to UCF. That's the same day as NASA. I'm confused
No,
just with
that's
the
that's the day
logistics.
before NASA. Let's say NASA
Uh,
is on the 30th, so on the 29th, we will be
mhm.
going back to the UCF, and then in that day, there's no workshop. That day is just students sit down and start working and finalizing their project. And after it, that's the day where we go to Disney Springs, if I'm
Okay,
not
okay,
mistaken.
okay, okay, got it. Thank you very much.
Of course. And Gloria asked the students, and we will be projecting the web page, and it could be either the staff or one of the students handling the web page. Okay, so you may have someone who's speaking and someone who is opening tabs and going through it. Okay, so also you have to practice that with your students. No, it's like if I was doing the presentation and Cami was moving the slides, you just have to work together on it. Okay, I just saw I misspelled students, but it is there. Any other questions that we may have for right now? Cami, tú tenías la mano levantada.
I just wanted to let all the group leaders know that when you are at NASA and throughout of the experience, you're gonna be with the help of the coded staff, the ones that already travel with coded. We are so cool. But at the same time, if it is going to be your first time, we're always gonna be there to help you out, to make just a quick reminder for your presentation. So don't worry. The only thing is that I will suggest not to go like to the other side of the NASA park just before you have to present because you have to wait for a bus. So it's something that we are going to be helping you out. And don't worry, I know you're all going to be great. And also, Miss Anna, go ahead.
Thank you. We're going to have an extra time to work with the students in the hotel. Like I know we have a curfew at 9:30. I don't remember the exact time, but are we going to have in time when we came back from the parks to work with them?
Yes, the curfew is at 10 p.m. So let's say Also the thing is the 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 day with that we will be the latest to come back is for Hollywood Studios, because for Hollywood Studios it's Disney and it's private transportation, and we usually finish that day after Fantasmic show, which I recommend not to miss. But for the other parks, they usually close earlier. So we might expect to be going back to the hotel, let's say at 7 or 8 p.m. Um, if you, let's say you go back at 7 and you still have time to work with your students, you can use the facilities at Cabana Bay. They have a very, very, very large dining room. There are tables in it, and so you can just be working in them. And if you're doing that, I'll be there. But by 9:30, 9:40, 9:50, I will be letting your students know that it's time to go back to your rooms. But you will have you'll have enough time for it. And one of the main reasons that your groups have as many students is that I saw in July that having less students per group made it more difficult for them to convey everything. And what we experience right now in November is I added more students to each group, and worked perfectly for them. Okay. But the idea is also is that if throughout the week they start getting like a lot of issues or obstacles in it, to let us know beforehand so we can just go through them with them. Okay. Yes, Daniel.
Just another thing that just to guarantee they're going to be okay, I hope at least. When you have the schedule of the day of the UCF, they get the juniors and the seniors, you split it out of school in a way that we would do it differently in terms of the total numbers. That we have 13 and 7 instead of 10 and 10. Would that be a major problem for you if we rearrange those numbers in terms of senior and junior? We can do it later, right?
No, we can discuss it. Yeah. I mean, if it's before, it's because I'm going to Miami on the 17th. If it's before that, yeah, we can discuss it. Okay,
Okay,
it's
thank
doable.
you.
Yes, we can just write to me and we'll work it out.
I do have a question.
Yes.
In my school, we have 11 kids participating, and we received an email that said that we needed to split in two. So we were kind of like trying to think about it, which was like the best option. But from what I'm hearing, if we stay with one group with 11 kids, is it okay? Like for all
Yes.
of them to participate in
Yes,
the
yes,
same
I
project?
remember your school. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean 11 is okay. It's the workload, it's easier for them. 5 and 6 is also doable, but the thing is when I create the groups, I don't know your students, so I don't know their capacities. I don't know if they get along with each other. That's why when I send you the groups, I say, okay, if you don't want these two together, let me know and I will change them.
Okay.
If you feel like your students will be able to work in two groups, one of 5, one of 6, we can do that. If this is your first time with us, right?
Not from the school. I think the school participated like 2 years ago, but in my case, being with them,
Okay.
yes, is
Okay.
the first
So
time.
if you feel like your students, well, even though if you were here 2 years ago, the project is different. So
Okay.
if you feel like with the ages of the students are and their level, that it will be easier also for you to coordinate one team, we can do one team. It's perfectly
Okay.
fine. If you feel okay with 2 teams, that's great. If you want to do 3 teams, no. Okay, just
Oh,
2 or
okay.
1.
Yes.
Okay, and you,
So maybe
yeah,
by Monday we can let you know about that.
yeah,
This.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Thank you.
just let me know, write to me, and I'll make it happen. And just whichever you feel is best for your students, we can work, and that applies for everybody. I mean, of course, we cannot have like a group of 14 or 20 because most of them won't be doing the work. But this is the part where, I mean, you are the one that knows your students. You know their abilities. You know how they work with each other. And if you want to let them try to figure this out or play it safe, whatever you decide. I'm cool with it. Just let me know and I'll make it happen. Okay, well, academically, that's it from me for right now. You still have the logistics meeting. I think that's next week. Most likely I'll be there. But if you still, from now to when we see each other again, if you have any questions, just write me an email. I will send you again the rubric, these two presentations, these recordings tomorrow, and any changes that you may want to add or suggest for your groupings, just let me know and I'll make it happen. And it's very cold in Florida in January. Last year was way colder for a very special climate change thing, but it's still cold. Okay, and I'm assuming most of you are in very warm weather right now. Here in Mexico right now is kind of cold, so please pack appropriately with at least one hoodie or two. Okay. And yeah, anything you need extra from the customer care team, they'll be happy to go through it with you, and we'll be seeing you very, very, very soon. Okay.
Thank you. Have a